Republican representative from Tennessee, Tim Burchett, was on Fox News today, and he was bemoaning this idea that all of the federal judges have been siding against Donald Trump in his varying executive orders, laughing at how ridiculous they are, telling him you don't have the authority to do that, these are unconstitutional, all kinds of reasons as to why these executive orders have been getting stopped with things like rulings, injunctions, and temporary restraining orders. And for the most part, even the Supreme Court has sided against Donald Trump with most of them. And when they do get a win, it's only like 2 or 3 day extra reprieve that they're getting. It's not a full win. But anyway, his solution to this problem would be for Republican members of Congress to introduce legislation every time Donald Trump introduces a new executive order to make that executive order a law. Now, by virtue of being an executive order, it already kind of is a law, but those can be overturned very easily by another executive order by a different president. And he's limited in what he can do by executive order based on, the powers of other branches. So laws would make these things easier to do. However, not all laws are exempt from being ruled on. They can still be ruled unconstitutional. And a lot of what Donald Trump is doing is unconstitutional, so it doesn't matter if there would be a law there. The other thing with that would be they don't have the votes to get around the filibuster in the Senate, so a lot of these things still wouldn't be enacted. But he's trying to curry favor with Donald Trump. Look, I'm out here. I'm trying to push your agenda. I've got a solution to make these judges fall in line, when it won't actually work. It's just another talking point. But he's trying to shift the blame that it's not what Donald Trump is doing that's the problem. It's the judges. It's the way we're doing it that's the problem. And that's not the case. What these executive orders, like Donald Trump trying to use an executive order to end birthright citizenship, which has gotten overturned and blocked at every level so far that it has been challenged in multiple court cases. I believe it's like 4 or 5 different court cases where there have been temporary injunctions, as well as a couple of appellate cases that have gone against him. They're saying this is unconstitutional. It goes against the language of the 14th Amendment. There's the problem. It doesn't matter if they introduce a bill. The action itself would still be unconstitutional. The only way to do that would be with amendments, and they don't even have enough votes to pass it out of Congress, let alone through state legislatures. This is just another distraction, another talking point, and something else that is completely ridiculous.